So throughout the story, the Traveler is known for one unique thing in Genshin Impact, and that is the way that they can obtain elements and elemental powers without having to have a vision. However, in Natlan, this changes because as the Traveler walks up to the statue and tries to obtain pyro, the pyro element, she's unable to, or he. Now, of course, both the reason why she can't obtain the powers without a vision and the reason why she wasn't able to obtain pyro abilities is both still a big mystery in Genshin Impact. But how come the Traveler wasn't able to obtain pyro abilities? So, of course, it is revealed that the current pyro archon of Natlan, Mavuika. Sorry if I say her name wrong. She was actually the original pyro archon from 500 years ago. But we're not exactly 100% sure if the Archons are the reason why the Traveler can, or in this case can't, obtain the powers of the Seven, or all the elements and stuff like that, are not. We're not 100% sure how it even works, so of course, figuring out how it's not working in Natlan's instance is probably going to be quite difficult. But let's talk about the Sacred Flame first. So we all know that the Sacred Flame is weakening due to the Abyss, due to the war with the Abyss and the Abyss corruption and everything going on. And it seems that in one of the scenes, Mavuika actually sacrifices some of her power or energy to the Sacred Flame to hopefully keep it alive until they can figure out why it's dying down so badly. And of course, 500 years ago, she also sacrificed herself to the Sacred Flame to protect Natlan itself and of course later on resurrected once again. Now, of course, we're not sure how the Sacred Flame 100% works when it comes to giving out pyro visions and things like that. However, the Traveler does not have a vision, of course, like we said, so obtaining the way she obtains her powers is still a mystery. And if it's anything connected, and if the Sacred Flame is connected in any way with the Pyro Archon's powers and the Pyro Archon's ability to give out the Pyro Vision and things like that, it could be the Sacred Flame and the fact that the Abyssal Corruption is so bad here in Natlan. Because of course their ley lines are very unstable here in Natlan. So of course that's why they're still at a very big war with the Abyss. Now, of course, the Traveler is actually very well known and respected around Teyvat, even in nations that they have never been to yet. And that's been proven time and time again, but especially in Natlan, after the Pyro Archon herself called upon us to help them during the failed resurrection with Kachina. And it seems as though Mavuika really actually respects the Traveler and wanted to meet them on better terms other than the failed revival of Kachina and the Sacred Flame dying out due to the Abyss. But of course, we are here to save the nation and save the day. But let me explain something to you guys. So of course, in every nation, right, the Archon looks over their nation. They've obviously seen us coming. You know, Venti even helped us fight Dvalin that time he attacked Mondstadt, or tried to. Venti actually helped us with that. But of course, at the time, we weren't really known. We just kind of showed up and we were like, hey, I'm a Traveler. And then Dvalin's like, ooh, I'm corrupted. But anyway, my point is, none of them ever really reacted the way Mavuika did. It's almost like that she had already planned our arrival to Natlan and she wanted to meet us for something else. And I'm not saying that this is 100% true. This is probably something extremely far-fetched, but what if she purposely stopped us from obtaining pyro abilities because she wants us to give she wants to give us the gnosis. Now, we already know that the gnosis doesn't hold all the Archon's power. It only holds just a little bit of it. And what if she doesn't trust the Fatui or to give the gnosis to the Fatui, so she'd rather take it to the Traveler because she knows the Traveler is powerful and probably has more faith in the Traveler being able to protect the gnosis than Mavuika herself. Because as you've seen in her fight with Cappuccino, I'm just gonna call him fucking Cappuccino, so I don't know how to pronounce his name. it seemed as though they almost had similar, if not same, strength and abilities. However, the Fatui do kind of get their abilities in a different way than most people do. However, of course, it seems that the first Fatui Harbinger was almost as strong as the Pyro Archon herself. She only got one blow on him before he escaped. Not really escaped, he got vanished. He got grabbed by somebody. But of course, this is also the last nation before we visit Snezhnaya. So I think that the Pyro Archon might end up being taken by the Fatui. I'm not the Pyro Archon, the Pyro Gnosis might end up getting taken by the Fatui anyway. Because I feel like going into Snezhnaya, we're gonna run into lots of trouble being the Traveler, being that we fought with La Senora while she was killed, by the way. I don't think they're really gonna care much about Child's opinion on the Traveler because, well, you know, Child is Child. Or Tartaglia is Tartaglia, whatever you call him. And of course, she may actually want the Pyronosis also to be protected by the Traveler due to the Abyss and everything. And maybe Mavuika is getting ready to sacrifice herself to the Sacred Flame for a second time. And that's why she wants the Gnosis to be taken and protected by the Traveler, because she knows that the Traveler is very mysteriously powerful. Well, somewhat mysteriously powerful, and seems to almost have Archon level abilities herself. Even though we did kind of flunk with the Raiden Shogun versus Traveler fight, but you know, we had it at the end, you know. We got our shit together at the end and we did it. But to me, I just feel like none of the Archons really directly approach the Traveler to help them, or like, you know, directly acknowledge the Traveler in the way Mavuika did. Now, of course, I guess technically, in a way, some of the Archons did, such as, what's her name? The child. What's the child's name? Oh my god. Well, like Furina, for example, she also directly approached us pretty much as soon as we stepped our big toe on Natlan. She was ready to have us arrested because Paimon was just sitting there by our side, floating, minding her business. But I also think that that was a cover-up because I think Furina obviously knew the Traveler, and she was possibly afraid that the Traveler would expose her identity and ruin Fossilor's plan. Although Fossilor's needed to have Furina weeping on the throne by herself in order for the whole prophecy to take place, because that was a part of the prophecy. But anyway, my point still stands. I don't think anyone has ever really reacted to the Traveler the way Mavuika did. It's like she kind of wanted to meet the Traveler. She wanted the Traveler to be there. Of course, not at that time. I'm trying to find the stupid Pyroculus, and I can't for the life of me find it. Anyway, it seems like she was kind of waiting for the Traveler for a different reason, if you get what I'm saying. And I feel like that reason could be she wants the Traveler to hold the Pyronosis and protect it because she knows how bad Steph is getting with their war between the Abyss and everything like that. And I think that's gonna conclude this video. I think the theory I'm leaning more towards is Mavuika purposely not allowing the Traveler to... Actually, no, this is not the end of the video. You know why? Because actually, during the very first Archon quest with Venti and things like that, when we were talking to him under the tree, he actually kind of hinted that the reason why we were able to get Animo abilities in the first place is because of him. So perhaps the Traveler is, of course, not from Teyvat. The Traveler is very mysterious, just like Paimon. However, I do think the Archons know a little something about the Traveler, and that's why they are able to give her, of course, abilities without her having to have a vision, and, of course, without having to give her a vision. Wait. Hold on. I think I said that wrong. That's why they're able to just give her abilities straightforward rather than giving her a vision, is because, of course, she is someone a little special. However, we don't exactly know how just yet, but I think we will figure that out. But of course, it could be the archons that kind of, like, at least not, like, directly give it to her, but, like, maybe, like, let her, the traveler, obtain the abilities from the statue. Because it seemed as though the Raiden Shogun didn't even know that the traveler obtained electro abilities. However, I'm pretty sure it was the puppet of A's that we were, fighting with rather than A herself. So it could be possible that A knew that the traveler was going to obtain electro abilities. Maybe, but of course A actually locked herself in her... Yeah, never mind that actually. A probably didn't even know about the traveler or anything due to the fact that she was, of course, just locked herself in some eternal void. What did I just start? What did I just start? Guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. Anyway, so it could be possible that the Archons, of course, can control whether or not the traveler is allowed to obtain abilities, but it seems as though some of the Archons, maybe like the ones, I want to say the newer ones, even though they're not that new, don't really know much about the traveler, but it seems that Venti, who is an Archon thousands of years ago, and the original Archon of Mondstadt, he seems to know a bit more about the traveler. And of course, for the Morax, I forgot, like, all of our interactions with the Morax, I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, it seems as though some of the newer, quote-unquote, newer Archons don't really know much about the Traveler, but it almost seems like Venti does. But anyway, to conclude this, because I think I probably just confused some of you guys, I do apologize. I was trying to add on to my theory. To conclude this, it's possible that Mavuika also intentionally didn't let the Traveler obtain pyro abilities because she was already planning on giving them the gnosis to begin with. But of course, this is something we might figure out later on, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!